Well, I heard they released the file, the PDF files. Now, I'm having ChatGPT look into the newly released stuff. So I want to see who is on those files, all right? So I'm having ChatGPT do some deep research right now. And we're going to see who is on the list, who made it on the list, who did it, how many creeps are out there. It's going to be disturbing, man. I don't know if I can handle it. But somebody has to do it. We gotta do it. Are you guys ready? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Are we talking about Epstein? Now, the reason I'm having ChatGPT psychoanalyze and deep research this is because ChatGPT, for the most part, as far as I know, is neutral and can look at this information far faster than any of us could. So let's have ChatGPT look at as much information as possible related to the Epstein files, right? We're breaking this case wide open. Are we talking about Epstein? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What up, dude? We're looking at the Epstein files. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dude, you guys ready? I think we're all ready for these Epstein files. What do you say? Let's do this, dude. So I'm having ChatGPT right now as we speak. Dude, it's examining the connections. It's gone through 19 sources. It's doing deep research. We're relying on ChatGPT to figure out these Epstein files, right? I figured ChatGPT will give us the final say. Now, is it a good idea to use AI to do this? I've got no clue. Do we know how accurate this is going to be? No clue. Zero clue. But we're going to have ChatGPT analyze these files to the best of its ability, and we'll see what the results are. I think it's a cool idea. It's a little unique. It's a little different, but I think this will be exciting. Thank you, everybody who's subscribing. So, like I said, we're having ChatGPT analyze these files. All right? These pedo files. Now, I am currently cooking some gumbo, by the way. And we're going to read the report. ChatGPT is doing deep research right now. We're awaiting the results. We don't know what the results are going to be, but ChatGPT is doing it right now as I'm speaking, okay? What up, dude? Heavy pockets? What are you doing, man? Yeah. Yeah, dude, we're having ChatGPT look into this, bro. ChatGPT is analyzing the files. This is it, bros.
Laugh out loud.
Hey, thank you, Chad Curtis. I appreciate you, my brony brother. Let me give you a thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate that. Give a shout out to Chad Cortois. Make sure you guys subscribe to the name that you see above right there. Thank you for the donation, Chad. I appreciate you, brony. He's from Canada because it's in Canadian dollars, but I do appreciate the 5. What a brony brother, dude. We got the brony brothers in the house. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Dun, 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 dun. One moment. Yeah, thank you, brother. No, I feel like I'm an Adonis DNA. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like Charlie Sheen, dude. I got Adonis DNA. Oh yeah. No, I'm feeling very sexy though. Feeling very good. What's going on, my brony brothers? But no, I want to thank you again, Chad, for the super chat. We're gonna keep that super chat up because we appreciate it, man. But yeah, super chats are read first, so thank you for the donation, brother. I appreciate it. We got Brony Brothers. What's up, bronies? Getting lots of people coming in. I love it. I love it when people come in, man. We really appreciate it. And thank you guys for tapping the like button and tapping the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. So yeah, we're taking a look at those Epstein files, man. They released the files, and I'm having ChatGPT as we speak analyze those files. And yeah, it's taking a second. Now, I didn't download the files. I'm having ChatGPT do all that because I don't want to have that yuck on my computer. I want ChatGPT to analyze the yuck that is out there. And then ChatGPT is going to give me a full report of who it finds in there. I want to figure out who's in the who's on these files. Or the question. These are the questions we got to ask. And I'm trying to think of a good poll question.
Laugh out loud.
I can't think of one right now. Hold on. What would be a good poll question for you guys? Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do a poll question. Nope. So, Man Honed Cookie says if you collabed in a Gabe Horn video, you'd have tons of guys coming in here. Yeah, you know, I mean, dude, I mean, like, look, gay men love me. I get that. You know, gay men are in love with me, and that's something I'm perfectly okay with, man. I'm very comfortable with my sexuality, and I'm okay. I get it. I'm gay bait, dude. Gay men love me. Gay men love me. I get it. I'm gonna check on my gumbo. I'm cooking some gumbo and corn. Oh, that's hot. So I have a corn gumbo right here. Corn gumbo. Look at that. While we're waiting for these Epstein files to be analyzed by ChatGPT, I'm excited about this. Now, I do want to give a shout out to my boy Walker. I was just at his memorial a few hours ago. We decided to, a lot of guys and all of us, we decided to play basketball in his honor. So we played a little bit of nighttime basketball. We used my boy Antoine's light, but I will say this about Walker. He was a very good guy. One of the better dudes I've ever met. He's really such a kind soul. We love Walker, a.k.a. Bert, our boy Bert. You know, he really is the best, man. Oh, well, it's hot. Hot, 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 hot. So the Epstein report is almost analyzed. So Tim Smith is saying they redacted his ass from the files. Tim, my man, were you a victim in those files? But we are, by the way, newsflash, breaking news. We are having ChatGPT psychoanalyze or analyze these files. It'll give us a result soon enough. What will the result be? I don't know. Oh, man, this gumbo is hitting the spot, man. Tim Smith is saying, he was a flight attendant on the plane. All I did was pour a few 7-Ups. Tim, was your involvement deeper than what? Oh, my God. Tim, how deep was your involvement? My God. My great Scott. Tim Smith, everybody, the GOAT. Oh, shit. Nobody has spoken's viewers have just joined. Interesting. So, yes, we're having ChatGPT analyze these files, all right? This is great. We, my boy, Nobody Has Spoken, has their viewers watching the show. Very fascinating. I've never seen, I don't know how that works, but it's still cool. Hey, hopefully they're viewing the show, the chat, or something. Entertaining, by the way. Okay, I think, okay. So it's taking, ChatGPT, when it does deep research, it does take some time. It's gone through 29 sources so far. But this is wild, man. This is wild. And I will read the report word for word. And this is what ChatGPT is saying. Mind you, this is ChatGPT's analysis of the Epstein files. It's not ready yet. I decided it would build suspense if I did the deep research, if I had it do the deep research while the show goes on. So we're getting we're a little nervous, obviously. We're, This is exciting, dude. We're building the suspense right now. Will Tim Smith be officially redacted from the files? Was he ever on the files to begin with? Or is Tim Smith on every page hanging out with his buddy Epstein? No, just kidding. Tim Smith is the man. I would laugh so hard, though, if there actually was a Michael Garza listed on there on the Epstein files. I'd be like, crap. Shit. No. This is wild, though, folks. We are witnessing. We're witnessing something. Chroma Ka is saying Tim guilty AF, and also this is exciting. ChatGPT said, "Where's the eyebrows?" Said JB, "I don't know, dude. I don't know where my eyebrows went, dude." Diddy did it, dude. The question we're all asking is Tim on the list? Is Tim Smith on the list? My God, I don't know. But oh, no way, dude. ChatGPT completed its research. Now it's saying, oh my goodness, this is crazy, you guys. Are you ready for? I don't know if we're ready for this. Okay, so timeline of key events and releases. 1996, an artist, and this is, by the way, all from ChatGPT, just to let you guys know. This is all from ChatGPT. Timeline of key events and releases. 1996, an artist named Maria Farmer reports Jeffrey Epstein to the FBI, alleging he stole. This is the full timeline, by the way. Alleging he stole nude photos of her underage sisters and threatened her. This complaint, which accused Epstein of distributing child pornography, was not acted upon at the time. Farmer also later states Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell sexually assaulted her in 1996 at Leslie Wexner's Ohio estate, and that Maxwell abused her 15-year-old sister Annie at Epstein's New Mexico ranch, dude. Ooh. Dude, this Epstein guy really is a freaking creep, dude. From 2005 to 2007, local police in Palm Beach, Florida, initiate an investigation after a 14-year-old's parents report Epstein's abuse. The FBI opens a federal investigation in 2006. By 2007, a federal grand jury in Florida hears testimony from victims and investigators. One 21-year-old witness testified in 2007 that as a teenager, she was paid to recruit fellow high school girls for Epstein's massages. An FBI agent also testified in 2007 about finding a victim at Epstein's Palm Beach home, though he hesitated when asked if Epstein coerced the girls. So that we don't know. We're not too sure there. It's still pretty sketch. We'll get to the rest of this here in a second, man. So we're going to go through everything we can. We're going to go through all the reports. I even had ChatGPT look through the files themselves, like the actual photos. So ChatGPT is going to analyze those photos and come to some sort of conclusion. Now, what conclusion will it come to? We don't know. We don't know what the conclusion will be, but this is one for the record books right now. All right, you guys ready for this continuation? Let's go. In 2008, Epstein strikes a controversial non-prosecution agreement, which is an NPA, with the U.S. Attorney's Office in South Florida. He pleads guilty to 2 state charges soliciting prostitution, including with a minor, and serves about 13 months in a county jail. Wow. Mostly on work release. The federal NPA immunizes any co-conspirators from prosecution. Those named in the NPA included 4 of Epstein's longtime assistants, Sarah Kellen, Nadia Markinkova, Leslie Groff, and Adriana Ross. None were ever charged. That's important to note. In 2020, a DOJ internal review concluded that then U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta showed poor judgment in resolving the case via the secret NPA and failing to ensure victims were informed. Now, this is from justice.gov. The previous ones were from CBS News and CBS News. And yep, anyway. In 2010 to 2016, despite his 2008 conviction, Epstein's social and business relationships continue. He travels and entertains many high-profile figures after his release. For example, emails and meetings in later years show he kept in contact with influential contacts, detailed below, even as a registered sex offender. In 2011, Epstein emails Maxwell noting that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump, referencing that accuser, Virginia Giuffre, had spent around Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, yet never once implicated him. Maxwell replied, "I've been thinking about that," indicating relief or surprise that Trump has not been accused. Epstein's personal address book, The Black Book, and a 2003 birthday messages scrapbook show he maintained an exclusive network of prominent contacts during this period. Okay, I'm trying to sound more like Chris Hansen, but he's kind of failing. So, Crow, you think that Epstein's still alive? You really think he's alive? I mean, I don't think he is, dude. I don't know how anybody can come to that conclusion, but we're having ChatGPT analyze these files, and this is groundbreaking in more ways than one. I'm still pretty shocked by all this. But yeah, no, we're taking a glance, we're taking a look at the Epstein files. Tw- 2018 to 2019 renewed investigation spurred by investigative journalism. Example, the Miami Herald series in New Witnesses, federal prosecutors in the Southern District of New York, SDNY, open a sex trafficking case. Epstein is arrested in July of 2019 and charged with trafficking minors in New York and Florida. An FBI agent later testified to a 2019 grand jury that multiple victims described Epstein's pattern of abuse. They were initially paid for massage visits that escalated to sexual activity, and Epstein used victims to recruit other girls. Give me one moment, though. Yes. Oh, my God. Frog Eat Frog. What up, brony? My brony brother. We have so many brony brothers. Can I just get a shout out to all my brony brothers? My little bronies. I'm going to eliminate the noise suppression on this. I don't think we need noise suppression, you guys. Let's do this, man. What up, big guy? What up, Dustin? What's going on, my brony? What up, dudes? So what do you guys think about all this Epstein stuff, man? Frog Eat Frog, dude. My boy Frog Eat Frog is back. What up, dude? Yeah, Timothy McVeigh, really? Really? I don't think Timothy McVeigh's alive, dude. Yeah, my beard I only shave my neck right now. So it pretty much all just grows right here. Oh, shit. Somebody's trying to eat frog, eat frog. I will not allow this, my brony brothers. Okay. Shall we begin? You guys ready for this? Let's see. This stuff's kind of boring. Here we go. Let's get to the interesting shit. Individuals identified in the Epstein files, so the released FBI files and court records, span decades of Epstein's activities and names dozens of individuals, including victims, employees, alleged co-conspirators, and an array of famous associates. Being named in the files does not imply wrongdoing by itself, but it illustrates the breadth of Epstein's network. Below, we identify key individuals mentioned in the documents and provide background on their connection to Epstein. Epstein and the Inner Circle. Jeffrey Epstein, a New York financier turned convicted sex offender. Epstein cultivated an image as a wealthy philanthropist and fixer. While for years he ran an international scheme trafficking underage girls for sex, he used his mansions in Palm Beach, Manhattan, New Mexico, and Paris, and Private Island in the U.S. Virgin Islands to host and abuse victims. Epstein died in federal custody in 2019 before he could face trial on new charges. The FBI files detail the scale of his abuse, with over 1,200 survivors identified, and show that Epstein paid many victims to recruit others, creating a pyramid of abuse. Agents recovered message pads and evidence of meticulous record keeping of his appointments with girls, as well as troves of photographs and even a trove of young female contact information. A masseuse list of 254 names, all redacted. Epstein also maintained extensive contacts with powerful figures, documented in his address book and correspondence. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's closest associate and longtime companion, often described as the madam who procured and groomed girls for him. Maxwell, the daughter of British media mogul Robert Maxwell, became Epstein's confidant in the 1990s. Multiple victims testified that Maxwell facilitated their abuse. She would befriend underage girls, make sexual suggestions, and sometimes participate in the encounters. For example, newly released grand jury testimony recounts Maxwell acting like a cool older sister who told one 14-year-old victim, "This is what grown-ups do," to normalize Epstein's molestation. Victims said Maxwell was frequently present, even arranging the settings. One survivor recalled Maxwell handing her a schoolgirl outfit to wear for Epstein, saying it would be adorable if you gave Jeffrey his tea in this. After which, Epstein sexually assaulted the girl. Jesus Christ. Oof. Schoolgirl costume was in fact seized from Epstein's Manhattan home by law enforcement in 2019. Maxwell was convicted in 2021 of sex trafficking for her role in Epstein's crimes. She appeared throughout the files in photos like swimming with Clinton, attending events, etc., in victim statements, and even in email correspondence with Epstein. Notably, in 2011 email exchange shows Epstein and Maxwell discussing Donald Trump. Epstein wrote, "That dog hasn't barked. The dog that hasn't barked is Trump." Victim's name. Spent hours at my house with him. He has never been mentioned. Maxwell replied, "I've been thinking about that." Apparently relieved that the victim had not implicated Trump. Okay. Maxwell herself, in a 2016 deposition and 2023 interviews, maintained that she never saw Trump or Bill Clinton engage in inappropriate behavior. Maxwell's central involvement is confirmed by numerous witnesses and documents, solidifying her role as Epstein's chief co-conspirator and enabler. This is wild, you guys. This is wild. So we're getting a profile of all the people involved. As much of a profile as we can. Trying to paint the best picture that we can, even though the picture is very disgusting. Yeah, Bill Clinton is in a lot of these photos, man. Supposedly. It's disgusting, man. It's a disgusting situation, and it's weird, dude. It's weird. I don't even know what to think at this point. It's a little too freaky, man. It's just a little too freaky. And, I want to think that, anybody on the list is not like a super, super terrible person, but who knows? Who knows what kind of people we're dealing with here? We just don't know. But this is a wild situation, man. This is wild to the core. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is just, I don't know. It's freaking me out, man. All right. Oh. Yeah, so I what I do is I crack an egg, Carmen. So what I do is I crack an egg, and yeah. Once I crack that egg, I crack it within the soup, and I put spinach in there as well. Now, what I typically do is I take really cheap Campbell's Chunky soup, yeah, like the gumbo stuff, and I just mix whatever I want into it. I love gumbo, by the way. Big Bill, dude. Bill Clinton. I didn't realize how much of Bill Clinton's fingerprints were all over this shit. That's crazy, man. Big Bill, dude. Big Bill. Who would have thought that big old Bill Yeah, no, I don't add any additional salt to anything. It's not like I add anything extra. But I put corn in this. So it's a corn gumbo. And I'll tell you, it's really good. Really good. Tim Smith is saying, imagine how Tim Walz is to not be included in the files. Oh my God. Whoa, dude, Michael Jack. Well, I saw earlier Asmund Gould was reacting to some of the photos. I didn't know Mick Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. I don't need to try to control you. Look into my eyes and I'll loan you with the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. Ooh, Nick Overman just made an interesting point. And Paul Walker dying in a high-speed car accident, come on, it's too suspicious. I can agree with that, too. Yeah, I didn't realize how many people... Do you think that Mick Jagger was banging? No. Actually, I think Mick Jagger... I love Mick Jagger, but also I know for the fact that he's... Well, I have my suspicions about Mick Jagger. I'll just say that. I've got my suspicions about the laddie. I got my suspicions, bro. I've got the moves like Jagger. Bill Clinton in an indoor pool with Maxwell? What the hell? Hey, man, aren't you in my church group, says Steve? I don't know. Probably. Jagger's in there standing next to... Oh, well, everybody wants to hang out with Bill Clinton. Now I don't think anybody wants to be associated with Bill Clinton after all that crap. Hillary's hands... I think Hillary's hands are a little dirty, too. Oh, boy. This whole situation's crazy. Bill. Friggin' Bill Clinton, dude. What the hell? What does this world come to, man? It's crazy. I mean, these files are wild. Holy shit. What else do we got here? Oh, my. Well, let's go over some of these people. So we got Sarah Kellen, Nadia Marcinkova, Leslie Groff, and Adriana Ross. Now, these four women were Epstein's closest assistants who, according to investigators, helped schedule massages and procure young women. They were named as potential co-conspirators in Epstein's 2008 NPA, granting them immunity from federal charges, and thus were never charged. The newly released files keep most private individuals' names redacted, but these women's roles were documented in prior investigations. Kellen, also known as Sarah Kensington, managed Epstein's Palm Beach schedule. Marcinkova, a former teen victim acquired by Epstein, was described as his live-in sex slave. Oh, God. Groff was an executive assistant in New York, and Ross, a former model from Eastern Europe, also assisted with logistics. While references to them in the FBI files are most anonymized due to redactions, their identities as Epstein's staff are well established. These women allegedly helped coordinate appointments and travel for Epstein's underage masseuses, effectively functioning as lieutenants in his operation. Yikes. Jean-Luc Brunel is another name that's listed on here. So we're going to profile Jean-Luc Brunel. A French modeling agent and close friend of Epstein, Brunel, who found MC2 Model Management, was accused of supplying Epstein with underage girls under the guise of modeling work. He appears in Epstein's files and accounts as simply Jean-Luc Picard. No, I'm just kidding. Jean-Luc. For instance, one victim's 2019 interview notes released by DOJ state she saw Jean-Luc accompany supermodel Naomi Campbell on Epstein's private island. Campbell herself confirmed she met Epstein at her own birthday party, but claimed to be sickened by him and denied any wrongdoing. Brunel was arrested in France in 2020 for sexual abuse of minors. In 2022, he died in a French jail in an apparent suicide before trial. his inclusion in Epstein's inner circle underscores how Epstein leveraged international modeling to lure victims. That's crazy. So not only right before trial, he commits suicide. That's very, very sus. That's very sus. Woo. There's a lot going on. Sorry I'm missing the chat, you guys. If you guys want your chats to be easily seen, I get a ring when super chats come in. So if you guys want me to highlight and really respond, I'll try my best to respond to everybody I can, but chances are I'll only respond to a few, either super chats or if the question's really good, that's great. But we got 400 views already. Hell yeah. This is crazy, you guys. I think I'm going to start a poll on here. Hold on, let's start a poll. Yeah, let's get a poll going, man. We got a poll going. We got a poll going here. Who did the nasty with each other? Bill and Donald? Donald and Hillary? Donald, Bill, and Hillary? Everyone did each other. Oh, man, this is great. This is great. Hey, guys, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. This is wild, man. This is wild. We got 4 votes already? Hell yeah, dude. Oh, my goodness. This is great. This is the great... Garl. Dude, Joshua Flash. Why every time you come into the chat, you just say Garl? What does that mean, dude? What does Garl mean, man? I don't get that. Man, I think that this is wild, dude. So there's the poll going. We got 5 votes. Who did the nasty with each other? Bill and Donald. 40% of you say Bill and Donald. 20% of you say Donald, Bill, and Hillary. Okay. And then 40% say everyone did each other. Oh, this is a great poll, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and if you can, tap the like button. It does help quite a bit. So more likes, the better. More subscribes, the better. Hold on. Looks like the connection's getting a little bit crazy. Hold on. And I know our time is fading. Yeah, that's right. You know, and here's the thing, man. Donald and the Clintons were pretty tight, man. They were all pretty tight, bro. They were all tight, man. They all kept it pretty they all kept it pretty loose and pretty tight, you know? It's crazy. All right, so let's take a look here. So Leslie Wexner, billionaire retail mogul, former CEO of L Brands, who was Epstein's earliest patron. Wexner gave Epstein extraordinary power over his finances in the 1990s, and even transferred a Manhattan mansion to him. Though Wexner does not prominently appear in the newly released FBI files, he is part of the backdrop of Epstein's rise. Maria Farmer's account places Epstein and Maxwell at Wexner's Ohio real estate during her assault in 1996. Wexner has claimed he cut ties with Epstein around 2007 and says Epstein misappropriated some of his fortune. The Epstein Files Act materials include correspondence and schedules, so Wexner's name may still surface there. But any documents involving him have not been a focus of reporting. Nonetheless, he is a key previously known associate and often cited. Wow. Associate often cited as having unwittingly enabled Epstein's wealth and status. Wow. Whew, we get into some weird territory. Oh, boy. Why does everybody say I should be ashamed of myself? Why does everybody think I'm on the files? Am I on those files? All right, I'm gonna get more gumbo. All right. So how you guys feeling about this Epstein stuff, man? I'm feeling weird. Feeling weird about this. It's freaking me out, bro. So the poll, we have 9 votes in the poll. Who did the nasty with each other? Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though, in the upper right-hand corner. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one, so I really greatly appreciate anybody who could become a subscriber, as it does help us grow. Hold on. Crazy. This is wild, man. We're going to go over more of these, the Epstein stuff here in a second. Oh, let's go, man. Hell yeah. What's going on, my brony brothers? So many bronies, so little time. What's up, man? How you doing? What are we doing here? What's right, man? Hell yeah. I am homosexual. Well, I know our time is freedom, and I know there's no escaping. I've been patiently waiting. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright to know. And our love is freedom, and I know there's no escaping. I've been patiently waiting. It's alright, it's alright, it's all right. Oh yeah. What are you guys doing, my brony brothers? Hello. You see me on Grindr before? What is wrong with you guys? Why is everybody saying that they've seen me on Grindr? I don't understand. Getting lots of people in here, man. We got 13 votes on this poll, and the question is, who did the nasty with each other? So far, Bill and Donald are leading the pack at 46%. That's funny. Cheers. Let's roll, man. Let's do this. Absolutely, my brony. You guys are my brony brothers, and I appreciate you all, man. I appreciate you all. My brony baloney brothers. Hello. So we got 13 votes in this poll, man. I'm excited. Trying to get way more voters. We need more voters in this poll, by the way. Come on, man. You guys got to do your part. Brony Brothers, dude. It's like the dudes, the creepy men who like My Little Pony. You guys are my bronies, dude. What'd I do, dude? What'd I do? Is everybody thinking I'm on the list now? Why does everybody I think people think I'm on the list, right? Why does everybody think I'm on the list? What did I do, dude? I'm not on the list. You guys got to stop saying I'm on the list. Everybody keeps saying that I'm on the list. It's ridiculous. Do I look like the kind of guy that would be on the list? Do I look like that kind of guy? Nope. Everybody hating, dude. I'm on the rainbow list. Oh, no. Is everybody on the everybody's on the Epstein list, dude? What the hell? Too many of you guys are on the Epstein list, man. It's getting out of hand. It's getting way out of hand, bro. I do need to take a big old number 2 here in just a second. No, the poop can wait. The poop can wait. So, we're going to go through the rest of these files here. Victims and witnesses. The files heavily redact victim names for privacy. However, many survivors have self-identified publicly over the years. Below, we reference some by name, where the context is already public. Virginia Roberts Giuffre. Perhaps Epstein's most famous accuser, recruited at age 16 from Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort, where she worked as a spa attendant around 2000. Giuffre says Epstein and Maxwell trafficked her for years. In the files, she is often referenced indirectly or as a redacted name. For instance, the 2011 email Epstein sent to Maxwell about the dog that hasn't barked explicitly referred to Giuffre. The content makes clear it's her. Giuffre alleged that Epstein and Maxwell pressured her into sexual encounters with powerful men, including Prince Andrew, attorney Alan Dershowitz, and others. Allegations those men have denied. In a civil suit deposition unsealed in 2024, Giuffre recounted meeting Bill Clinton on Epstein's private Caribbean island shortly after Clinton left the presidency. Though she did not accuse Clinton of misconduct, she also recalled Epstein boasting that Clinton likes them young. Jeffrey's 2019 lawsuit against Prince Andrew ended in a financial settlement. Tragically, recent reports indicate Jeffrey died by suicide in 2025. I'm sorry. I can't believe that. Isn't it interesting that all these people that are involved with Epstein and this Epstein shit, they all see, especially if they reveal too much, they all seem to die by suicide. That's an interesting thing. Huh. Yeah, I think there's a rot in our government and it needs to be exposed. Anyway, her prior testimonies and interviews, many now part of the record, were instrumental in exposing Epstein's crimes. The released DOJ files include notes of the 2011 conversation where Epstein and Maxwell strategized about Jeffrey's allegations, including their concerns. Jeffrey's name also appears in contact lists, and her story is a common thread connecting many key figures. There's also Maria Farmer and Annie Farmer, sisters who were among the earliest victims to alert authorities. Maria Farmer, mentioned in the timeline, tried to report Epstein to both NYPD and the FBI in 1996, describing how Epstein and Maxwell sexually assaulted her and abused her younger sister. The newly released files confirm the FBI received Maria's written complaint in September 1996, which described Epstein's theft of nude photos of her 12 and 16-year-old sisters, and threats to burn her house down if she spoke up. The FBI apparently did little with this information until revisiting Farmer a decade later in 2006. Annie Farmer, the younger sister, was molested by Epstein and Maxwell during a visit to New Mexico in 1996. That is so messed up, dude. Both sisters later became outspoken witnesses. Annie even spoke at Maxwell's 2021 sentencing. The DOJ's disclosure of Maria's long-ignored 1996 report was validating for them. One of the best days of my life, Maria said, feeling redeemed that her complaint was finally acknowledged. Their stories underscore how early warnings about Epstein went unheeded, a point of embarrassment highlighted by these files. That is insane, man. Let's keep going, man. Minor victim 1, Florida high school recruiter. The files include grand jury testimony from a young woman, age 21 in 2007, name redacted, who admitted she recruited numerous classmates for Epstein while in high school. She explained Epstein paid her $200 for each girl she brought. Typically girls 16 to 18. One was as young as 14. Ugh. And that Epstein's associate, Maxwell, would coordinate the appointments. This witness said Epstein told her, the more you do is the more you make. Meaning the more sexual acts the girl's engaged in, the more money he'd pay. Otherwise, you'd be demoted down to just bringing girls for others to abuse. This chilling testimony revealed the internal hierarchy Epstein created. Girls who wouldn't directly perform sex acts were used as recruiters instead. It also confirmed Maxwell's role as the gatekeeper scheduled these illegal encounters. Jesus Christ, man. Investigators later identified this witness as Haley Robson, a Palm Beach local who indeed was one of Epstein's key teen recruiters, though she never faced charges. Her account, given before a federal grand jury in 2007, was part of the evidence weighed during the plea deal negotiations. Okay. Johanna Schauserberg, a former Epstein victim who, in court documents unsealed in 2019, alleged sexual misconduct by Prince Andrew. Schauserberg testified that Epstein once pointed to Prince Andrew and told her he, Andrew, liked him young, implying Andrew's interest in underage girls. Schauserberg also famously recounted an incident in which Andrew groped her with a puppet at Epstein's home. In the DOJ's December 2025 release, Schauserberg's name appears in past case files. Her allegations were part of Jeffrey's 2015 civil suit evidence. Andrew has categorically denied Schauserberg's and Jeffrey's accounts, and he was not criminally charged. Nonetheless, the files highlight that multiple witnesses independently tied Prince Andrew to Epstein's circle. Wow. Whoa. This is crazy, man. This is a lot of information, man. But we had ChatGPT do very, very, very deep research on this, man. You guys got to give me a second, dude. I mean, I want to read through all this because I think it's important to put out there in the ether. Obviously, everybody now has access to these files, to these photos. And I'll admit, this is still, like, wild to me. I'm a Trump fan. I love Donald Trump, and I don't think he's guilty in any way. I don't think he is, man. Okay. So let me I'm gonna eat more of my gumbo. All right. I'm gonna eat more gumbo. BRB. Now I wake up every evening with a big smile on my face, and it never feels out of place. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell. Hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell. Hope it gives you hell. Now where's your picket fence, love? Where's that shiny car? Did it ever get you far? You never seem so tense, love. I never seen you fall so hard. Do you know where you are? And truth be told, I miss you. And truth be told, I'm lying. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell. Hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell. Hope it gives you hell. You find the man that's worth a damn and treats you well, then he's a fool, you're just as well. Hope it gives you hell. All right, Tim Smith is saying sodas I've tried lately. A&W, Ice Cream Sundae, Shirley Temple 7-Up, Tropical 7-Up, Cherry Cream Pepsi, Cherry Dr. Pepper, Reese's Peanut Butter Chocolate Cold Brew Coffee. Whoa. What's up with all this shit, dude? Oh, shit. Tim Smith also forgot to mention that he tried Crush back in the 80s. Hell yeah, dude. Electric Blue Raz. Hell yeah. Oh my god, yes. Dude, that sounds so fucking good, dude. All right, so we got 22 votes in the poll. Who did the nasty with each other? Bill and Donald, Donald and Hillary, Donald, Bill, and Hillary. Okay. Everyone did each other. So get this. I'll put you on my wish list. Put a star right by your name. You're always in the front drawer. And I won't be a loner anymore, 'cause it's never always the same. Falling hard never hurt so good. Stumbling around your neighborhood. When I talk too much, I just stutter. Whenever I'm around, whenever you're around, there I know that and you were there all along. So get this, I'll put you on my wish list. I'll put a star right by your name. You're always in the front drawer, and I won't be a loner anymore, 'cause it's never always the same. Shame had a face, I think it would kind of look like mine. Let's see here. I'm hanging by a moment here with you. I'm living for the only thing I know. I'm running and I'm quite sure where to go. And I don't know if I should be here too. Just hanging by a moment here with you. There's nothing else to lose. There's nothing else to find. Tim Smith is saying, can you search the files for references to Bitcoin or say, oh, Michael Saylor. Dude, do you think that Michael Saylor and Jeffrey Epstein were pretty tight? I don't know if they are. Do you think that Epstein was a Bitcoin bro? Do you think that he was into the Ponzi scheme known as Bitcoin? Was Bitcoin itself on Epstein's island? And if so, Bitcoin is dirty. But we already knew that Bitcoin was dirty. I don't know what's next, man. Luke, what's your question, Brony? Luke, feel free to ask a question, man. Chroma Ka's right. I don't do moderators, man. I don't really allow moderators on this channel. We're not really a moderation kind of channel. We just don't do that. Cause it's never always the same. Steve, you can't be a mod. Nobody can become a mod. No. We have no mods on this channel. I am going to end the poll, though. We got 24 votes. I feel that's enough. End of the poll. It's a good poll. But no, we do not have moderators on this channel. This is an unmoderated space. We don't do that crap. We're not about that life. Dude, why does everybody want to ban each other? Everybody wants to ban each other. What do I think about the person from Austria? I don't really think much. Thank you for the subscribe, though. I appreciate it, my brony brother. Thank you so much. More subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow a lot. Overall, though, man, I don't really know much. All I know is we gotta go through the rest of this here. Tealsa Davies, a victim who's Teala Davies, a victim who sued Epstein's estate in 2019, alleging he abused her at age 17. The new files include handwritten FBI notes from a July 2019 interview with an accuser matching Davies' story. In those notes, the accuser describes seeing Naomi Campbell on Epstein's private island alongside Jean-Luc Brunel and older people. She also provided a photo of herself with Epstein in a helicopter released by the DOJ with her face redacted. Davies' inclusion shows how even in 2019, after Epstein's arrest, the FBI was still gathering fresh victim testimony to build the case. Marina Lacerda, a lesser-known Epstein accuser who spoke out during the December 2025 file release. Lacerda is quoted as saying the justice system is failing us and demanding DOJ stop redacting names that don't need to be. Though her story is not detailed in the file's excerpt, her frustration echoes many survivors' sentiments that Epstein's high-profile associates are being protected. Her inclusion in the coverage of the file suggests she may have given an interview or statement as part of victim advocacy around the release. Interesting. So numerous anonymous victims. So beyond the above that we went over, the FBI files reference hundreds of victims only by initials of minor 1, minor 2, etc. For example, a 2019 FBI agent's grand jury testimony described interviewing multiple victims in New York and Florida, who all recounted Epstein's abusive massage routine. The agent noted one victim's emotional state. She was crying, very upset, recounting the abuse. Another document, a 96-page Palm Beach police report from the original 2005-2006 investigation, details many victim allegations, including one girl who said Epstein warned her bad things could happen if she told anyone. That police dossier, now public, catalogs a litany of sexual abuse reports. The sheer number of survivors, Blanche put it at 1,200 plus, including family members, underscores Epstein's serial predation. Wow. All these individuals' identities are shielded in this release, but their stories from the core of the evidence against Epstein and Maxwell. Man. This is crazy, man. We're going to keep going through this, man. There's a lot. High-profile associations, politicians, royals, and dignitaries. Epstein's files make clear that he courted many powerful friends. While many of these figures maintain they had no knowledge of Epstein's crimes, the documents show frequent contacts, social visits, and in some cases, serious allegations. Below are the most notable names. Crazy, by the way. Former President Bill Clinton. Clinton appears numerous times in the released materials. Epstein cultivated a friendship with the 42nd president after Clinton left office. Flight logs confirm Clinton flew on Epstein's private jet at least 26 times in 2002 and 2003, including trips to Europe, Asia, and Africa, often related to Clinton's foundation work. Clinton's office has stated Secret Service and staff were present on all legs, and that Clinton never visited Epstein's island. The new files indeed contain no evidence placing Clinton on Little St. James flight. Manifests show no such entry, and Clinton's spokesperson plus a former FBI directive have all attested he never went. However, the files do include several photographs of Clinton with Epstein or Maxwell, which have drawn attention. Images show Clinton and Maxwell swimming together in a pool, Clinton relaxing in a hot tub with an unidentified woman, Clinton seated with a young woman draping her arm around him, her face redacted, and Clinton posing on what appears to be Epstein's plane with pop star Michael Jackson and singer Diana Ross. One photo also shows a painting of Clinton in a blue dress that hung in Epstein's NYC home, New York City home, a bizarre piece of decor that media previously reported. The DOJ release of the Clinton photos prompted Clinton's spokesperson, Angel Urena, to accuse the Trump administration of using grainy 20-plus-year-old photos to distract from other matters. Urena reiterated that Clinton knew nothing about the terrible crimes and cut off Epstein once the crimes came to light. Indeed, Clinton has long condemned Epstein and said he regrets ever meeting him. Still, the files resurrect details of their association. Jeffrey's testimony in unsealed court docs states she saw Clinton on Epstein's private island with other associates like Alan Dershowitz present. Though she did not accuse Clinton of any misconduct, and Maxwell, in a 2016 deposition, claimed Clinton was her friend and that she never saw him getting a massage or doing anything improper. The Epstein files even contained a snippet from Epstein's 50th birthday tribute book, 2003, a signed message from Clinton praising Epstein's childlike curiosity and their enduring friendship. In sum, the released records reaffirm that Clinton and Epstein were socially acquainted in the early 2000s, traveling and appearing together on several occasions, but do not reveal evidence that Clinton participated in or knew of Epstein's sexual crimes. Clinton's team emphasizes that he had no contact with Epstein since about 2005 and had not spoken to Epstein in well over a decade by the time of Epstein's 2019 arrest. Now, we also have former president and current president Donald Trump, right? Trump's relationship with Epstein is a focal point, given Trump's political impetus for the file release and the frequent speculation about their ties. The Epstein files notably contain few new mentions of Trump, which in itself became a headline. Reuters reported that a massive DOJ cache was notably for the lack of mentions of Trump, aside from a single photo of Epstein holding a large check with Trump's name on it and a snapshot of Trump's 1997 book on Epstein's shelf. Trump's name does appear in earlier released materials. For example, his family contact info was in Epstein's address book, revealed during Maxwell's 2021 trial, and flight logs. The flight logs, released in February 2025, showed Trump flew on Epstein's plane at least 7 times in the 1990s. However, none of Trump's flights were to Epstein's island. Those were short hops, likely between New York and Florida. One known trip was a 1993 flight where Trump, with his family, hitched a ride on Epstein's jet from Palm Beach to New York City. In interviews, Trump has claimed he banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago around 2007 for hitting on a young woman, asserting that Epstein stole someone's girlfriend, which Trump didn't like, leading him to kick Epstein out. The released files lend some credence to Trump's account. A 2019 email Epstein wrote to author Michael Wolff says, Trump said he asked me to resign, never a member of. Of course, he knew about the girls, and he asked Ghislaine to stop. This cryptic message implies Trump was aware of Epstein's misconduct at Mar-a-Lago and told Maxwell to stop recruiting there. Trump has denied any knowledge of Epstein's crimes, so this email is intriguing. Trump's team said he doesn't know anything about the email or Epstein's claims. Historically, Trump once famously said in 2002 that Epstein was a terrific guy who likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. This quote printed in...
Laugh out loud.
Nothing to see here, folks. Move along, scroll on.
The major down, dude. Oh, man, sorry, I have not been paying attention to the chat, but I will say if you guys want to get my attention while I'm reading through all this and reading it aloud to you guys, these Epstein files, make sure you guys send a super chat. Super chats will get my attention during this. So the major down says, nothing to see here, folks. Move along, scroll on. Let's keep going. Maxwell also affirmed she never saw Trump act inappropriately around women. In the emails released, the odd 2011 exchange with Maxwell about the dog that hasn't barked, meaning Giafre not accusing Trump, shows Epstein and Maxwell considered Trump one of the few prominent men not publicly implicated. All told, Trump's presence in the Epstein files is mostly tangential. As a former friend who appears in contacts in a few photos, and as an object of discussion between Epstein and Maxwell, notably Trump is virtually absent from incriminating evidence. In fact, a fact Deputy AG Blanche highlighted, saying no political names, including Trump's, were scrubbed. So the dearth of Trump mentions is simply because there were none to begin with. This absence did not stop political sparring critics to accuse the Trump DOJ of cherry-picking the release to emphasize Clinton over Trump. While the White House touts that President Trump has done more for the victims than Democrats ever have by releasing the files, the White House even pointed to a 2013 fundraising email found in earlier records showing Representative Hakeem Jeffries' team soliciting Epstein for donations. To argue Epstein's Democrat friends should face scrutiny. In summary, Trump's 15-year friendship with Epstein, mid-1980s to mid-2000s, is well documented. But the files do not implicate Trump in any abuse, and indeed show Epstein noting that Trump never got in trouble via Jeffrey's testimony. Trump himself emphasizes he never visited the island and had a falling out with Epstein long before the scandal broke. Our boy's innocent, man. Everybody wants to say that Trump Daddy's this terrible person, but I don't know, dude. I do think he could have handled it a lot better, though. Big bill, though, dude. Big bill. All right, now we got Prince Andrew. Oh, my goodness. The files highlight Andrew, Duke of York, as one of the most controversial Epstein associates. A newly released photo, undated, shows Andrew in formal attire reclining across the laps of several young women, while Ghislaine Maxwell stands smiling behind them. The women's faces are redacted, but the very pose suggests a party atmosphere. The image, apparently from around mid-1990s, almost the 1900s, was shocking confirmation of Andrew's casual socializing in Epstein's circle. Another infamous photo, not from the FBI files, but referenced widely, is the 2001 snapshot of Andrew with his arm around 17-year-old Virginia Graffy with Maxwell beside them. Taken at Maxwell's London townhouse, Andrew had consistently denied Jeffrey, I can't say her name right, Jeffrey's allegations that Epstein and Maxwell trafficked her to him for sex when she was 17. Nevertheless, in 2022, he paid Godfrey a financial settlement to end her U.S. lawsuit, reportedly around $12 million. The Epstein files show that Andrew remained in Epstein's orbit even after Epstein's 2008 conviction, email correspondence. Interesting. Andrew was in contact with Epstein in 2011, months after he claimed their relationship had ended. This revelation from a November 2025 email batch contributed to British PM Keir Starmer stripping Andrew of his remaining honorary titles in October 2025. Additionally, Godfrey and Schomburg testimonies, unsealed in prior cases but now echoed in these files, cite Andrew's name. Epstein's personal communications also touch on Andrew. One disturbing 2015 email revealed via the House Oversight Committee had an associate suggesting they investigate the girl that had caused the Queen's son all this aggro, calling Jeffrey a liar and aiming to help Andrew's defense. This indicates Epstein's camp was actively involved in undermining Andrew's accusers. In summation, Prince Andrew is portrayed as a frequent guest of Epstein's. He visited Epstein's New York mansion even in 2010, after Epstein's release, which was photographed by media. He vacationed with Epstein. A 2001 trip to Epstein's private island was alleged by Jeffrey, but not confirmed by flight logs. And he enjoyed Epstein's and Maxwell's hospitality in multiple locales. The Epstein files tarnished Andrew further, reinforcing why he has been relieved of royal duties, and seen his reputation irreparably damaged. And Andrew maintains he never met Joffrey, despite photographic evidence, and that any suggestion of impropriety with underage minors is categorically untrue. But the optics in the files, such as newly published lap photo, are damning. Photos from DOJ files showing Prince Andrew, then the Duke of York, lounging across the young woman's laps. Damn, dude, that's, oh my God. This is crazy, man. This is wild, dude. We're diving into some interesting waters, folks. Diving into a lot of interesting waters, man. Hell yeah. What do you guys think, though? I think this is crazy, to be honest. It's kind of wild.
Laugh out loud.
Garza, you got religion spam in the chat. Bots.
The Major Down is saying, Garza, you got religious spam in the chats. In the chat bots. Yeah. Yeah. We got lots of bots that seem to come through the chat. Now, I don't like to ban anybody, you know. If you're a real person, great. If you're an AI bot, you know, whatever. You know, people do their things. I'm not going to judge too much, surprisingly. Sometimes I'm judgy. But, you know, in this instance, you know, live and let live for now. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, we got lots of those coming in. I love it. But thank you for the super chat, Major Down. I appreciate you, bud. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Major Down. I appreciate you, my brony brother. Thank you, bud. Shinobi Swag, what's up, my brony brother? We got so many brony brothers coming in, man. All right, so we're going to go over a few more people. This is crazy. Hold on, let me see here. I don't know how I'm going to go through all this. It's so much, but we got Ehud Barak, former Prime Minister of Israel. Barak is documented as one of Epstein's more frequent international associates, according to Epstein's schedules obtained via Wall Street Journal reporting. Barak visited Epstein dozens of times and even took flights on Epstein's private jet in 2013 and 2014. Barak has confirmed he often stops by Epstein's New York townhouse when in the city, saying Epstein would invite interesting thinkers for discussions on science, politics, etc. Barrick told the press that in hindsight, Epstein was a terrible version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, outwardly intelligent and connected, but hiding monstrous behavior. He insists he never saw or participated in any inappropriate activity and had no knowledge of the crimes. An intriguing detail in the files, a 2016 note from Barrick and his wife, Nilly Priel, in Epstein's birthday book, praises Epstein as a collector of people. Epstein also kept a chalkboard map of Israel signed by Barrick as a memento. These suggest a genuinely close friendship at the time. Barrick's name and image appears in the Epstein files, and he has been asked repeatedly to explain the association he maintains. He cut contact after Epstein's first arrest. Nonetheless, his extensive presence in Epstein's calendar and the fact that he continued meeting Epstein even after 2008, when Epstein was a known sex offender, have cast a shadow. Barrick has said he was misled by Epstein's lawyers, who painted the 2008 case as a shakedown, a claim Barrick foolishly relied on, as he now regrets. Peter Mandelson is another one. Lord Mandelson, a prominent UK politician and former British cabinet minister, more recently serving in this timeline as the UK's ambassador to the US. Mandelson's ties to Epstein were revealed to be deeper than previously known. He appeared... Hold on, let's see here. One second. Woo. Mandelson's ties were revealed to be deeper than previously known. He appears in Epstein's 2003 birthday book, calling Epstein his best pal, suggesting real closeness. British media uncovered that in 2010. While Mandelson was business secretary, Epstein allegedly helped broker a $1 billion deal involving a UK government-owned bank. Wow. Even after Epstein's 2008 conviction, leaked 2008 emails showed Mandelson expressing hopeless and furious feelings about Epstein's legal troubles and pleading that your friends stay with you. When these facts came out in 2025, UK Prime Minister Starmer fired Mandelson from the ambassadorship for poor judgment and conflict of interest. Mandelson claimed he believed Epstein's protests
Laugh out loud.
of innocence at the time, but now admits the trust was horrendously misplaced. His downfall illustrates how Epstein's connections infiltrated even high levels of government and how belated transparency led to accountability in this case. The DOJ files requiring disclosure of contacts related to Maxwell's likely encompassed Mandelson's communications, adding to his woes. And we do have the Major Down is asking, you need a mod? I won't ban. So I don't do mods. I don't have mods on this channel intentionally. The only mod I have is Nightbot, but Nightbot is only there to relay automated messages like every 15 minutes. But I appreciate the offer, though. I appreciate the offer. For the moment, no, we're not doing any of that stuff, though. We're not getting any additional moderators or anything like that. I've considered it, though. It's not that I haven't considered it per se. I just, I don't know. I like keeping this channel unmoderated. I like keeping the chat kind of like a Wild Wild West scenario. Wild Wild West. We go into the Wild Wild West. We going straight to The Wild Wild West. We're going straight to the Wild 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 West. Going to the Wild Wild West. To the Wild Wild West. We going into the Wild Wild West. We're going straight to the wild, wiki wild wild west. Jim West, desperado, rough rider. No, you don't want none of this. Do you guys big fans of Will Smith? Like Wild Wild West, dude. Wild Wild West, I think, was one of the greatest Will Smith movies of all time. If we're gonna be honest, I think Wild Wild West might be the quintessential movie for my boy. The Wild Wild West. We're going to the Wild Wild West. We're going straight to the Wild Wild West. We're going straight to the Wild Wild. Wiki wild wild west. Jim West, desperado, rough rider. No, you don't want nada. What's going on, my bronies? Okay, so I'm going to keep going over these Epstein files. So we're going to go over Senator George Mitchell, former U.S. Senate Majority Leader and esteemed diplomat, chief architect of the Northern Ireland Peace Accords. Mitchell was friendly with Epstein socially. In the 2002 profile, Mitchell is quoted calling Epstein a friend and a supporter who donated to his charities. However, Virginia Giuffre alleged in a 2015 unsealed affidavit that Epstein directed to her to have sex with Mitchell as a teenager. Oh my God. A claim Mitchell vehemently denies. Mitchell stated he never met or spoke with Guthrie and never saw any inappropriate behavior by Epstein. The files indicate Epstein's pilot, Larry Vysotsky, testified that Mitchell flew on Epstein's plane at least once, corroborating that they interacted. Mitchell, now in his 90s, has suffered reputational harm from the association. He told Vanity Fair he only learned of Epstein's crimes through the media long after the fact. No charges were ever suggested against Mitchell, but Jeffrey's accusation appears in court records that are part of the Epstein files corpus, and his name appears on flight manifests, which is why he's highlighted among notable names. This is wild, man. Oh my God. You want me to microwave an egg? Why do you guys want me to do these things? I don't know what everybody's wanting me to do. Tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless. Lost under the surface. Now we got Bill Richardson. We're going to try to go through as many of these names as possible, but this is a tough one, man. There's a lot of names on here. We also got Bill Richardson, former governor of New Mexico and U.S. ambassador to the UN. Richardson's name surfaced in Giuffre's accusations, similar to Mitchell's. She alleged Epstein directed her to have sex with Richardson, which Richardson flatly denied. Epstein did not have a ranch in New Mexico, in Richardson's state, and hosted guests there. Richardson, who died in 2023, always maintained he never even met Giuffre and was unaware of any misconduct. He was never charged or sued. The files include Richardson under those prominent names accused by Giuffre. In unsealed documents like others, Richardson said any contact with Epstein was purely above board. Notably, both Mitchell and Richardson had been on Epstein's charitable fund board in the mid-2000s, giving Epstein an aura of legitimacy. The Epstein documents released don't show new evidence against Richardson beyond Giuffre's historic allegation, which remained unproven and was denied. Then we got Robert F. Kennedy Jr., scion of the Kennedy family, known for his political activism, and in this scenario, serving as U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services by 2025. RFK Jr. has openly acknowledged traveling on Epstein's private jet twice in the early 1990s. He told Fox News that in 1993, Epstein gave him, his wife, and kids a lift to Palm Beach to visit RFK's mother, and on another occasion flew them to go fossil hunting in South Dakota. He emphasized he was never on Epstein's jet alone, and that it was before anybody knew about Epstein's crimes. RFK Jr. also noted that his late wife, Mary, was friendly with Ghislaine Maxwell, which is how the offer of a ride came about. Indeed, a photo from a 1994 New York Academy of Art Gala shows Maxwell and RFK Jr. seated together. Maxwell at the time was on the Academy's board. Kennedy has been candid to preempt speculation by stating flatly that meeting Epstein was a mistake, but that nothing untoward happened on those family trips. Given his current role and public profile, and transparency is notable, the files mention him mainly because his name appears on flight records and possibly in Maxwell's interviews. Maxwell, when asked in 2023, she said she never saw RFK Jr. engage in any misconduct and that the flights were innocent family travel, consistent with his account. Thomas Pritzker, Glenn Dubin, and Marvin Minsky. A number of other prominent individuals have been named in prior documents, releases, or testimony, though they received less media focus in December 2025 reporting. For completeness, Tom Pritzker, billionaire executive, and Glenn Dubin, hedge fund manager, were listed in Giuffre's 2015 legal filings as men Epstein allegedly directed her to have sex with. Both men strenuously deny the claims, and their names were initially under seal, but were ordered unsealed by a judge in 2019. These allegations, uncorroborated and uncharged, were part of Guthrie versus Maxwell document cache, thus technically part of the Epstein-related records. Marvin Minsky, a famed MIT scientist, was similarly accused by Giuffre of being someone Epstein forced her to engage with on Little St. James. Minsky's widow, and colleagues dispute this, noting Minsky, who died in 2016, was on the island for a scientific conference. The newly released FBI files do not add evidence regarding these names beyond what was already in those civil case documents. However, because the act mandates release of all investigative materials, references to Pritzker, Dubin, and Minsky, and others from those civil case files and FBI inquiry notes would be included in the DOJ's first phase, February 2025. For example, the Epstein contact book was provided. It contained numerous elite names, including entries for Pritzker, Dubin's family, This is crazy, man. This is wild, dude. We're getting into some weird territory. I don't know, man. This is wild. This is wild stuff, dude. Probably gonna keep reading this until like 9:30, and then I gotta take a shower and go to bed. Probably gonna do a morning show. I'm not too sure. We'll see what I'm feeling. This is wild, man. Let's keep going over these files, though. Okay, so we got business, tech, and academic figures. So Epstein cultivated relationships with many leaders in business and academia, often under the pretense of philanthropy and intellectual exchange. Some notable names from the files: Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft and one of the world's richest men. Gates had multiple meetings with Epstein between 2011 and 2014. After Epstein's initial conviction, a fact first exposed by New York Times in 2019, Gates has since called the meetings a mistake and said he only discussed philanthropy with Epstein. The files mention that by the time Gates met Epstein, Epstein was already a registered sex offender, something Gates says he regrets overlooking. Gates' then wife Melinda was reportedly disturbed by Epstein. She later said she made it clear she did not like that Bill was meeting him. Gates acknowledged Melinda's instincts were keener than mine, admitting that associating with Epstein could be seen as condoning his evil behavior. One quirky detail: Epstein apparently kept a framed $1 bill signed by Bill Gates with a handwritten note, "I was wrong," suggesting perhaps Gates lost a bet to Epstein. This was uncovered in the New York Times investigation and indicated Epstein's a habit of collecting memorabilia from his famous contacts. There's no suggestion Gates ever participated in any crimes. Indeed, Epstein reportedly tried to leverage Gates' contacts for fundraising and allegedly attempted to blackmail Gates over an affair, per media reports, though that is outside the FBI files. Gates' inclusion in related DOJ files is mostly via references in email chains and schedules of Epstein's meetings. Lawrence Summers, renowned economist, former Harvard University president, and U.S. Treasury Secretary under Clinton, Summers maintained a friendly correspondence with Epstein for years after Epstein's 2008 conviction. Recently released emails via the AP and others, likely part of Epstein's email records now public, show that in 2014, Summers emailed Epstein discussing a personal situation. Summers wrote about a woman he'd met being awfully coy, and Epstein replied with advice, complete with typos. You reacted well. No whining showed strength. These somewhat cringeworthy emails indicate Summers sought Epstein's input on his social life. Summers has since expressed great regret about associating with Epstein, calling it a major error in judgment after those emails emerged in 2023. Summers took a leave from Harvard and stepped down from advisory roles, OpenAI's board, etc., in a wave of backlash. The DOJ files solidify the fact that Epstein was in regular contact with prominent academics like Summers, lending money or advice. Summers' inclusion serves as a reminder that Epstein integrated himself with intellectual elites via donations. Epstein donated $30 million to Harvard in the early 2000s and flattery. While Summers faces no legal issues from this, the association hurt his reputation in academic circles. This is interesting, you guys. I understand that while I'm reading this, the chat is doing its own thing. Now, if you guys do want to get my attention, a simple super chat will suffice. Super chats do get my attention, I'll admit it, because I am reading through these Epstein files. So that's honestly the easiest way to do this. It's wild, man. Let's continue. Okay, I had to do that face. Anyway, let's keep doing this, man. This is crazy. Okay, so we got Reid Hoffman, a billionaire co-founder of LinkedIn and major tech investor. Hoffman is noted in the files through emails with Epstein and his appearance in visitor logs. The November 2025 document dump included 2015 and 2017 through 2017 emails where Epstein and Hoffman discussed MIT Media Lab fundraising and meeting up. Nothing improper is in their meetings, but Hoffman did once attest a 2015 MIT gathering where Epstein was present. Unknowingly, he says, as Epstein was secretly funding the lab. Oh my God. Hoffman has apologized publicly for any role in socially rehabilitating Epstein, saying by simply being in Epstein's circle, he helped repair Epstein's reputation and perpetuate injustice. He also recently challenged Trump to fully release Epstein's files to dispel any insinuations against him. The files show no wrongdoing by Hoffman. His name surfaces largely because Trump singled him out. Trump asked the DOJ to investigate Hoffman's ties as political payback, since Hoffman funds Democratic causes. Hoffman's stance is that transparency will exonerate those who did nothing wrong. Peter Thiel is interestingly enough, I think he's creepy as hell. Peter Thiel gives me the heebie-jeebies, by the way. Oh, already fucked up. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, happy poop, happy poop, yum yum. Yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, happy poop, happy poop. Yum yum. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, happy poop, happy poop. Yum yum. Thank you, my brony brothers. I appreciate that happy poop yum yum, dude. Happy poop, happy poop, happy poop, yum. Yum. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. So I do want to thank everybody who's tapping the subscribe button, tapping the like button. It really helps out a lot. We're really trying to see how high we can get. But yeah, make sure you guys tap that subscribe button. Let's keep reading through this, man. Peter Thiel, billionaire venture capitalist and co-founder of PayPal. Thiel's communications with Epstein were revealed in September 2025 batch, an email from 2014 where Epstein wrote to Thiel, "That was fun. See you in 3 weeks," indicating they had met up. In 2018, Epstein emailed Thiel asking if he was enjoying Los Angeles and hinted at future get-togethers. There's no evidence of anything more than networking between them, but Thiel's name appeared again in a November release, showing he had at least a friendly acquaintance with Epstein. Thiel hasn't commented in depth, but it's known he was invited to some of Epstein's gatherings of scientists. Like many, Thiel likely underestimated the optics of associating with a convicted sex offender. The files bring these Silicon Valley ties into the open. Catherine Rumler, a prominent attorney who served as White House counsel to President Obama, Rumler became friends with Epstein in the 2010s, a fact that shocked many when revealed by Wall Street Journal in 2023. The DOJ files include some 2018 emails between Epstein and Rumler. In one, she commented that Trump was so gross, and Epstein replied, "Worse in real life. I know how dirty Donald is." In another note, Epstein rattled off a list of high-profile people he was meeting that week: ambassadors, tech CEOs, film directors, etc., and told Rumler, "You are a welcome guest at any." These emails underscore Epstein's boastfulness about his connections and his camaraderie with Rumler, I can't say that name properly, who by then was a top lawyer at Goldman Sachs, has not publicly detailed her interactions with Epstein. But a spokesperson said she was unaware of his crimes and that he introduced her to potential legal clients. Regardless, seeing a former Obama official casually bantering with Epstein about Trump in the files is striking. It shows Epstein's reach across political lines and how he traded gossip with influential lawyers. Mueller has since distanced herself, and Goldman Sachs declined comment on the emails. This is wild, man. This Epstein stuff is wild, man. I mean, I'm blown away by this, dude. Blown away. Like, this stuff is crazy. Like, this stuff is wild to me, man. I don't know what to say, bro. Where do you go, my lovely? Dude, I don't even know anymore, man. This is too crazy. This really is wild to me. So what do you guys think about all this Epstein stuff, man? Do you think it's just all crazy, like all the people involved? And I mean, I'm bewildered at the level of people involved and of all types of walks of life. And it's just shocking. It's really what it boils down to, man. It's completely shocking. Like, I really am, like, blown away. Blown away. Well, I don't know anymore, man. All this stuff is so crazy. This whole Epstein thing. Oh. Snap, that's right. The Bears and the Packers were playing earlier. Packers lost. Oh my God. Bears won, dude. Taking a look at my credit score. Let's take a look. Man, that was so many things to read, man. Probably going to end the stream here in 12 minutes. So in 12 minutes, though, what do you guys want to talk about? It's a lot of info. A lot of info to take in. Little did he know. Yep, give me just a few moments, everybody. Just getting a couple things squared away. This might take a few moments, sorry. I gotta do what I gotta do. Bobby, I mean, what's good advice that I could give you to stand up against bullies in your life? Man, I will tell you, there's always going to be people who oppose you. That's probably the first thing you got to realize in life. There's always going to be people who oppose you and try to make you feel like shit. Whether it's bullies that are your family members, whether it's bullies that are your friends, whether it's bullies that are people that you've never met. You will always have a level of bullies in your life. I think once you get used to the fact that they exist, you can at least identify them, find ways to avoid them. It's not easy. It's kind of tough, but, you know, do your best. I can't really give you any, I would talk to maybe, I don't know if you're going to school or not, talk to your school counselors, something. Talk to your parents about it. Ask them how they would handle it. I know what I would do, but I don't want to tell you what I would do because that could get you in trouble. So I'm not going to tell you what I would do. But I think you know what I would probably do. I'll just say it's not good is what I would do. What I would do would not be a good thing. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Ryan? My boy Ryan770. How's it going, my brony brother? I'm about ready to end the stream here, probably at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to go take a shower here in a second, but we were reading through all the Epstein files, and my God, dude. It gets crazy. I mean, this Epstein stuff is crazy. ET is saying Clown TV is on. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Clown TV's an interesting fella. I'll tell you that. I'll say this, I don't know much about the Clown TV guy, but man, that guy does a wild show. A very wild frickin' show. And I don't even know what to think half the time. Oh, damn, dude. Hey, you know what? Golf is a tough game, man. There are days that you're on it. Sometimes days you're off. It's a tough game. I've struggled at golf. I mean, actually, I've only really done the driving range, and usually I'm pretty good at the driving range, but Clown TV's a single dad, veteran, and yeah. No, he's an interesting dude. I've seen his channel, and he's smart. He knows that if you do weird, degenerate stuff on camera, you're gonna make money. He knows that without a doubt. And he's smart because that's the truth. I mean, that's really what, if you want to gain an audience in a weird way, I mean, that's kind of the way to do it, unfortunately. Yeah, dude. Total G, brother. Cuban Crisis is saying if we did a Queef interview, we'd make money, Garza. I mean, maybe. I think it's possible. I think, people like Queefs, unfortunately. And it sucks because people are, are we becoming a Queef? Are we becoming a Queef-based society? I think only philosophers can really answer that question at the end of the day. Are we a Queef-based society? Part of me would like to say yes. Part of me would like to deny that. Pretend it doesn't exist. Wouldn't it be nice if I could touch your body? I know not everybody has got a body like you, but you better think twice before you give my heart away. And I know all the games you play because I play them too. Oh, but I need some time off from that emotion. No, yeah. Do we need to talk about queefs, Cuban crisis? Is that really necessary? You had a hoax comment? What? Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. This whole Epstein stuff is getting my mind all freaked out, dude. I'm like, what's going on, man? Ugh. I don't know, man. This is crazy. But I do want to thank you guys for tuning into the show. I greatly appreciate it, man. Okay. I gotta go take a shower, but make sure you guys, if you guys can, get some last second super chats in. It does help the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel if you can. Tap that subscribe button in the upper right hand corner if you haven't already. More subscribers, the better. We're trying to see if we could really up the subscriber growth on this channel to the best of our abilities and see what we could pull off. But I want to thank you guys for subscribing. We got a lot of subscribers on this particular live stream, so we're just gonna keep on doing what we got to do, man. Seeing what we could pull off, man. But don't forget to tap that subscribe button, man. Tap that shit. Oh, I can't take this shit. Oh, no. I can't take this shit. Let's go. I can't take this shit. Oh, no. I can't take this shit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Said, boom. I can't take this shit. Oh, no. I can't take this shit. Let's go. Can't take this shit. Oh, no. All right, but I want to thank you guys. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for the likes. I'll catch you all in the next episode. Be safe out there. Be nice to each other. And most importantly, stay off that Epstein list. All right, get you all later. Hope you had fun.